before we head on with the poetry slam, it's only fair that we acknowledge our judges and hear a word or two as to what they have to say about the entire experience. So, taking it off from there, first and foremost, here's a brief introduction. Why I say brief is because if you want to generally put this man into a definition, you probably wouldn't be able to. He is a veteran in more than one aspect. So here it goes. Introducing our first celebrity judge for the Poetry Slam. Mr. Borun Chondo is our very own actor from Bengal and is a very experienced advertising professional, now cherishing and conquering horizons beyond the Bengali film industry. He is also a very well known author based in the city of Calcutta. While he is remembered for his stellar performances in landmark films down the years, including Shimabadtho, Hireranti, Ontohin, Laptop, Lutera, Chotushkon, Dil Bechara, and others, Borun Sir is the author of the gripping works of fiction such as Coke, Rovibar, and The Murder in the Monastery. Hence, we feel extremely privileged and proud to be welcoming one of Calcutta's most well known and loved figure, who's above all an excellent human being. Welcome, Borun Chandra sir, to Soul Sutra version 4 of All That Is Art. Also, it is worthwhile mentioning that we have had the privilege of hosting Sir before today as well. He was the inaugural judge for the first ever Prose Slam that happened in Eastern India, which was again conducted as a part of Soul Sutra in 2017. And we have him back again with us after a 3-year hiatus. Welcome, sir. On behalf of Team Central Calcutta, we are both honored and privileged to have you on board with us. I'd now like to request, sir, to kindly say a few words and grace the occasion and maybe spell out a word or two to the participants and who would be rather encouraged by his kind words. Sir, over to you.
Great. I am totally ignorant in these matters. But anyway, to cut a long story short, I am privileged to be here with you tonight or this evening, or is it? Oh, well, it's not evening, afternoon, late afternoon. And we have a galaxy of poets here, 23 of them. And it is my great privilege to be able to sort of, listen to them and try and see where they are in life. But personally, I'm not too much of a poet, but I love poetry. That's all I can say, and I hope that makes me eligible to be a judge of poetry. First and foremost, we have Mayukmala Paul. Are you going to speak in English? Hello? We are going to judge. We are going to judge on 2 criteria. Content matter and delivery. And all the poems, whatever poems you recite or compose or read out from, they have to be original, absolutely yours. You cannot cheat there, please, right? So, Mayukmala, great.
It's only fair that we formally introduce the second judge for the Poetry Slam. Inam Hussain Malik is an award-winning poet and editor, a composer, photographer, a performance artist, and an independent academic. He has authored The Roses for the Madhouse, The Winter's Electric Architecture, and The Magical Life of Inamurato, which is forthcoming, and co-edited Peacocks in a Dream, an anthology of contemporary Indian English verse, and the Freedom Raga 2020. He is the nodal officer of Poetry Paradigm, editor Poetry, Erothanatos, and the founder editor of the Quiver Review. We are indeed humbled and glad to have Inam Hussain Malik sir present, who consented to be present with us today as our second judge for the Poetry Slam. Also, it's also worth mentioning at this point, this is not the first time that we'd be hosting him. He's also been the judge of our event, which we have another flagship called Ground Zero, where he was in competition. So both of our judges, we have hosted them before, and we again look forward to this fantastic combination that we have of the two judges. However, before we begin with the poetry slam, it's only fair that the rules are explained once again. So, Shoptoshi, over to you for that.
Thank you, Rajoshida and Asta, for such a wonderful introduction. And thank you, sir, for your kind words. Good evening, I am Shoptoshi, and before starting off with the poetry slam, let us go through the rules of the event first. So, the time limit for the performance remains 3 plus 1 minute. Language should be either English, Hindi, or Bengali. The content must be original. A strict no to any kind of abusive language. The decision of the judges and the organizers shall be final and binding. Now, let us have a look at the order of the participants for the poetry slam. Starting off with Mayukhmala Paul, followed by Ahili Chaudhary, Akanksha Chaudhary, Akanksha Yadav, Amar Roy, Orithro Basu, Charulatha M, Shalini Chakraborty, Rituparna Gupta, Sham Sundar Ghosh, Tanushri Bhomik, Orko Adho, Devopratim Patanayak, Jayantika Jain, Miriam Zabin, Ritambhara Roy, Srilekha Mitra, Shubhojit Mukherjee, Upasya Bhoval, Yashodhara Bose, Srijan Roy Chaudhary, Shubhalina Majumdar, and lastly, Atmaja Acharya. Over to Astha to start off with the event.
Yeah, so thank you, Shoptoshida. Before we start off, Inam sir has something to say. Mayukhmala, we're stopping you once again just for a second. Inam sir, over to you.
Greetings, my greetings to Borun Chando. Thank you, Amurto. Thank you, Urvashi. Thank you, Rotaract. It's an absolute pleasure to be invited over. I just have one advice for the participants. Never allow yourselves to get distracted, and always focus and give your absolute best in everything you do. Remember your voice, your body. These are assets for a performer. So give your absolute best.
Thank you so much, sir. Finally, over to you, Mayukhmala.
Am I audible now?
Absolutely, yeah.
Good evening, নমস্কার, আমার নাম ময়ূখমালা পাল। আজ রোটারেক্ট ক্লাব আয়োজিত এই সোল সূত্র ইভেন্টে আমার নিজের কবিতা শোনানোর জন্য শোনাতে পেরে মানে শোনানোর সুযোগ পেয়ে আমার খুব ভালো লাগছে। এখানে উপস্থিত মাননীয় জাজ বরুণ চন্দ্র এবং হুসেন মালিককে আমি আমার প্রণাম জানাচ্ছি। আমার কবিতার নাম আমি শ্রমিকের স্ত্রী। আমি বেশ দিব্যি আছি আমার ছোট্ট খোকার সাথে। আমার কর্তা বাড়ি ফিরল বাক্স বন্দি হয়ে পথে। এবার যখন বাড়ি এলো নিয়ে এলো চুরি। কথা ছিল এবার এসে নিয়ে যাবে পুরী। বেশ কিছু টাকা জমিয়েছিলাম সেলাই ফোড়াই করে। ওর জন্য জামা কিনলাম অনেক দরদস্তুর করে। কিছু মাস আগে কাজটি পেল কোন এক দূরের শহরে। বড়বাবু বললে কাজটি করে অনেক টাকা আসবে ঘরে। হঠাৎ শুনি চারিদিক মহামারীর আকার নিল। ওর থলেতে টাকা নেই তাই হাঁটা শুরু হলো। সেই মানুষ যখন সব হলো বড় তাড়াতাড়ি পৌঁছালো বাড়ি। ভাবি নিষ্প্রাণ দেহ হলে তবেই পাওয়া যায় গাড়ি। সরকার দেবে লক্ষ টাকা আমার স্বামীর দেহের দাম। চিঠি আমার সাদা হলো হারালো ভালোবাসার নাম। আমার পেটে ছোট্ট হৃদয় হারালো বাবার ভাষা। ওরা ভাবে আমি মুখ্য মানুষ বুঝি না মিথ্যা আশা। নমস্কার।
খুব ভালো, খুব ভালো।
Yeah, next we have Ahili Chaudhary. Ahili, are you there?
Good evening, everyone, respected judges and most honored members of Rotaract Club of Central Kolkata. This is me, Ahili Chaudhary, and I am here with my poem titled That teenage girl. That teenage girl. So here it goes. I love you. This is what she said by looking at the screen of her phone. Yes, indeed, there was a picture of someone who was extremely dear to her soul. Just like the yellow traffic light after the red one, that person was a ray of hope. In this world of seasonal people with hashtag goals, that person was her complete year, not just a slice, but the complete pizza as a whole. A teenage girl who for 1,000 times falls. She admires, she learns, she loves. And from that bursting laughter to a silent smile, she grows. When she was young, she was told to be soft, to be delicate, to be submissive, and even at times to bow. But what she saw was rather bold. She was to be her own Razia, and this time not to step down the throne. To love someone is something all by her own she chose. But to be loved back like some fairy tale can't ever be in one's hold. But with a few pebbles or a major rock, how can an eternal stream cease to flow? So cracking through the rocks and passing through the pebbles, when it flows, its curvings a little more do they glow. But just as the tick-tock clock in our silent hours make us notice as the time goes, standing in the mob or relaxing at home with, or maybe dancing with her ghungroos on, a particular word from the lyrics of a song long before known made her spirit ask, "Are you a broke? Hey, are you a broke?" But with the sudden propaganda of her own which commands, she replies, "No, no," and again a no. And that's it, all what she knows. But again, that notification of her phone. She cannot hostage him forever, but with his thought can beautify those lovely poems. And life goes on without all those peculiar holes. Life goes on without all those peculiar holes, and all that was to be done was to let the book be closed and walk towards those self-made goals. No, she didn't repent, because she had no loss. Neither anyone to be blamed, nor the situations to be cursed. But how can an empress take her happiness for a toss? So she was again back to her phone, to that photo which made her own. That photo which was of none other than but a photo of her own. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much once again.
Next we have Akansha Chaudhary.
Yes.
Yeah. Next we have Akansha Chaudhary. Akansha, are you there?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. We can hear
Good
you.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to recite a poem, and it is titled Dear Husband. Hello, husband. How are you? Are you married to one of those girls? Do they submit to your sadistic pleasures? Do they bear your cigarette burns? Hello, husband. Where are you? Did you find someone like me? Or someone better capacitated to your inflicted wounds? Do they moan in pleasure? Or do they scream? Hello, husband. I'm better. Not that you wonder, but I'm letting you know. For I still have no one to call mine. Little unfair, I'm reaping what you've sown. Hello, husband. I'm strong. Not that you care, but glad that I left you. Left your drunken nights thinking of carnage, and your torment that left me bleeding and blue. Hello, husband. I am in peace. Even though you tried mincing my life in shreds. Still screaming sometimes in my sleep, waking up, tossing and turning on my bed. Hello, husband. I'm healthier. I'm glad that I'm rid of your polluting sound. I gave my best in keeping us together. And you gave your best in breaking me down. Hello, husband. Save yourself if you can. Karma is coming for you, my love. Your pitcher of sins is filled to its brim, although you might not feel like it's enough. Hello, husband. Run for your life. Your sins are chasing to hunt you down. I don't know when, but this life for sure. I won't be there to comfort you. Rather, I'll wait till in your screams you ruefully drown. Once upon a time, there was a man and a woman. But their story wasn't happily ever after all. He was wealthy and she was beautiful. When they stood next to each other, they looked like they were made for each other. They attended parties hand in hand, dressed in silk and velvet, wearing exotic perfumes, and as they crossed people, they called them couple goals. Sounds perfect, right? Little did they know about the cigarette scars under those layers of silk and lace on her bosom, or the whiplash scars on her back. Little did they comprehend the wrinkles and scars hidden under layers of makeup. Little did they know of the wounds made by smashed bottles hidden in her beautiful mane. Little did they know of the psychotic mind of the man, carefully concealed in the silent shrieks of the woman with a pretty face, and the stories of drunken nights that unleashed the sadist. She is divorced today, but scarred for life. She is traumatized, and when her mind's demons take over, she bleeds poetry. When I read her poetry, I feel the angst, the anguish, the pain, the turmoil she is still suffering from. And I ask to myself, how many of us really listen? How many of us ask? How many women tell? How many women do we know? This poem is no fiction. Dear husband is no fiction. I wrote this poem inspired from true events, from the life of a woman, from the life of the strong woman I know, and I wish her peace and happiness every single day of my life. This poem is here to deliver a message. Please stop domestic violence. Dear men, treat your wife with respect and live a life of dignity and integrity. Women, stand up, speak up for yourselves, and as for all the silent spectators, interfere where necessary. Signing off, this is Akanksha Chaudhary. Thank you.
While that was a powerful, very powerful performance, I would also like to remind our judges that Akanksha has exceeded her time limit a bit, and for the upcoming participants, please keep that in mind because there are stricter rules for that. Thank you so much. Next up, we have our very own Akanksha Yadav.
First of all, good evening, one and all present over here, and our esteemed judges. Akanksha Yadav from Literate Club of Central Calcutta, and I'll be reciting a Hindi poem. And the poem is named "Ye Us Samay Ki Baat Hai." To give you a background, this poem was written when I was in class 10, and it literally portrays what I felt when I had my first love, my first boyfriend, which was never fulfilled though. It was a crush. So here I begin. ये उस समय की बात है जब हम तुम पे मरते थे लेकिन कहने से डरते थे। ये उस समय की बात है जब हम 10वीं में पढ़ते थे। तुम्हारे नाम को अपने नाम के साथ फ्लेम्स के अक्षरों से टेस्ट करते थे। तुम्हें बिना बताए भी इश्क की गलियों से बेपरवाह गुजरते थे। आतिफ और अरिजीत के गानों में ही जीते थे और ख्यालों में मैं काजोल और तुम शाहरुख बन जाया करते थे। जब भी तुम्हारे नाम से कोई चिढ़ाता हम ऊपर से सहम जाया करते थे, लेकिन अंदर पेट में सतरंगी फुवारे उभरते थे। तुम्हारे दोस्तों और अपने सहेलियों से तुम्हारे पापा का नंबर मिल जाता तो फोन करके हेलो हेलो रॉन्ग नंबर कहकर काट दिया करते थे। दुख तो होता था कि तुमसे बात नहीं हो पाई, लेकिन क्या करें, हम तुम पे मरते थे लेकिन कहने से डरते थे. Thank you.
It's one of the sweetest poems and so cute, Akanksha, once again. Thank you so much. And next
So,
up,
yeah, the next contestant is Amar Roy. Amar, are you there?
Yes. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. So, good evening, our most honorable judges and all my attentive and ebullient audience. My name is Amar Roy. I'm 19 years old, and I'm particularly fond of writing, which I feel can take you all around the world and can make you talk with millions of people while you're still seated in your room. But above all, I believe that it grants you immortality through your art that lives on even after your body has perished. This poem I've written here, that I'm going to recite today, has got a similar ring to it. Written in the rhyme scheme AABB, CCDD, EEFF, GGHHII, this poem here ventures into the concept of Nahanyate Hanya Mane Sharire, that is, the body can be killed, but the soul is immortal. And it merges this concept with the concept that one's over lives longer than one's life, or bodily life, as we've seen in case of Rabindranath Tagore, William Shakespeare, Geoffrey Chaucer, etc. In the fourth quatrain of this poem, you will find a shlok that means that there is no such weapon that can pierce the soul, neither any fire that can burn it, nor no stream of water that can render it weak, neither any wind that can dry it. The last stanza, the couplet, is the defining stanza of the poem, where you will find the writer proclaiming his retirement from his art as well as his life. And he uses this expression, kalata kalata, as an expression of amusement, so as to urge to all his audience to not mourn over his death, for certainly it will bring an end to his body, but absolutely not a finish line to his art or his very existence. The name of the poem is On My Deathbed. It goes like this. O thou wild wind that rushes past me, cutting through the hold of the visible and the known, prithee pull thy reins before I lose your touch, as you lose yourself to the sky unknown. For my young soul chases your old chariot that is creased and stopped at the bend. So take the youth along with you, let the end be the end. O thou garden of faith, as you stand beyond the sight of the most far-sighted, pray you keep the gates open when the lights have been turned out and the candles lighted. But that which is born must fall forever to give birth to the greater one. So let the river fall into the sea and the warm blood into cool eternity before I am gone. O thou inextricable truth of fate, standing undaunted on the edge of sea of time forlorn, I conjure you, hold the bulge down to a ripple as my soul departs and the souls mourn. For aught I see, that journey is sublimed to be pilgrimage, only when peace must not die. So let there be no laments for my epitaph, when my journey is finished and its finish is nigh. O thou benevolent creation, let no rain of irresolution wet you with my petrichor as you take me and lose me. For my life within shall still stay, as I must assure and remind thee. Nanam chindanti shastrani, nanam dahati pavaka, na chenam kledantiapo, na shoshati maruta. And hence, before I won't, now with all being done and with all being said, talata kalata, let there be no iota of pestilence in the hearts as I retire on my deathbed. Thank you.
thank you so much, Orithro. That was something touching the hearts of everybody, I'm sure. And
Ma'am, my name is Amar.
apologies for that, Amar. And moving on, we have Orithro Basu coming up next. Orithro, are you there?
Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Is there a little bit of echo?
Yes. Yeah. Not an echo. There is a bit of lag. That's it.
That is probably because I'm signed in from two devices. I'll just sign in, sign out from the other. Just give me a 1 minute, okay? Just half a second.
Can't really give you a minute, but
no,
yeah.
no, I'm back. I'm
okay.
back. Yeah. So my name
Yeah,
is Orithro
over to
Basu.
you.
I've been a participant of the Soul Sutra since the first Thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Orithra Basu. I'll be performing a poem called Living in Denial. There is nothing called the pandemic. Year 2020 is in your head. It is made up of your worst fears, fed by fascist propaganda and fueled by the pollution and human indifference. To be a universal construct, the corners of the web need to be tight-knit. The threads are agencies of control at the hands of a puppet master government who would set the stage on fire should we forget our script or, attempt to break the fourth wall. They will kill you for merely wanting to study in Bihar, in Bengal, in dissent and in complaint. And the blame would be again the virus, which was granted the God complex about half a year back. It would come to their rescue once again as you attempt in vain to understand the rhyme scheme set forth righteous by their team. You will attempt to increase your speed, but they will charge you for smoking weed. The prosody will make no sense. They will continue to implicate you. Hence, no more. The 3-ply mask worn by the no data available government needs to be taken down. For citations, you may refer to the penetrating cries of the innocent souls across whom ran the rails of democracy in our government. As the feather turned into a spine, owned by the grand yet abstract building somewhere in the niche corners of the city called Mumbai. I know you have honed your instrument skills as you tested negative. That gigantic, enormous ego of yours got fed with some hollow songs of ceremony as you granted back that amount to your household help that you had snatched away from them as they had failed to turn up on a day of a national lockdown, or for your generosity of having them tested as well. After all, you had their best interests in heart. The pandemic of your mind spreading faster than COVID, your daily privilege of 8 hours of practiced death now suffer from the dread of permanence as you make the billionaires richer and the poor die like wanton flies, pawns in your desire sport, driven by the propaganda that you are too smart to see. The webbed construct that you have fallen prey to grows like dead skin cells on the fingernails of your smallest toe, unnoticeable until you hit the wall of reality and you bleed. You bleed to either death or indifference. The infrastructure isn't strong enough to hold dissent or 2 square meals for our farmer gods. So, why don't you take an advantage of this recurring decline in population and divide the economy amongst your pockets, which is already hanging heavy with the blood, soul, and tear of every proud citizen? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Orithra. That was a very powerful poem at the end of the day. And talk about conspiracy theories. Here we are. Moving on.
Next, we have Charulata. Charulata, are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Namaste to all. I'm Charulata. I'm 14 years old, studying in 9th grade, and I'm from Tamil Nadu, India. I'm going to recite a poem today that is I Need Freedom. It has a rhyme scheme A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. So, here I go. A bird was flying high, with its wings floating in the air. Oh my, locked in a cage, why, like me, it needs freedom and care. A child was playing untie in the garden in sun's flare, but now locked in a cage like a butterfly. Like me, the child feels like a nightmare. A sea filled with people and cry, the crowd that much which is difficult to be aware, and suddenly everyone disappeared except an old bonsai, like me, living alone, waiting for a reply. A tree standing so tall to touch the sky, it admired the children and lay, See, now no one around to take shelter by. Like me, it is standing like a lonely fly. The waders who work and sing a battle cry, drenched and fried during seasons needed a skincare. Alas, no work and food defy, like me, living in the world with a heartful prayer. Lockdown made all lives hue and cry. God, life is up and down like an armchair. This time when all unify and disappear the evil by caring others' welfare. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Charulatha. But I'm guessing there was a special mention about keeping your cameras on during a performance, but the judges have definitely taken a note of your performance, and it was a very beautiful poem. And thank you for participating all the way from Tamil Nadu. Moving on, we have our very own Shalini Chakraborty. Shalini Di, here you are.
Thank you, Asta. Yeah. This is my third Soul Sutra, and I couldn't be more psyched. And so, hi, I'm Shalini Chakraborty. I'm currently a teacher at Calcutta Public School, and I'm a Rotary actor at Rotary Club of Central Calcutta, and a poet by passion. So, my poem has a little bit of backstory, which I would like to start with. So, I think on World Mother Tongue Day, I was kind of wondering why we call it Matribhasha or mother tongue when mothers in our society aren't allowed a voice at all. So I was thinking that, like, if mother tongue is to be a language, then it would probably be silence. And so my poem is titled, "My Mother Tongue is Silence." If mothers had a tongue, it would be called silence. Dipped in mayonnaise and stuffed with cheese, she serves silence on china plates for dinner, while my father digs deep into the fries for faults he's obliged to find. Her silence lies in her cold look, in her occasional murmurs only when no one's listening, in the pockets of her apron where she carries her knife steeped with the ice-cold blood boiling with rage, in her wardrobe full of gorgeous saris, a bribe she receives for keeping up a performance. Her silence diffuses with the whistle of the pressure cooker, with the whirring of the vegetables slowly simmering on the karhai, with the grumpy sound of the washing machine containing no clothes of her, and with the throttled moaning of the air conditioner at night. Her silence hovers over the frying pan as she fries the fish my father loves, even if she cannot stand the smell, and adorns her body with fresh blisters that goes unnoticed like most of the work she does. After all, what does a housewife do anyway? My mother's silence is in the greeting of her teeth every time my father slyly mentions about his sister's death or insults her father in the garb of a joke. When my grandpa makes a snide remark about the size of the bed she brought in her marriage, or when my aunt flaunts the 50-inch television she was sold with. My mother's silence is a withdrawal. Every time I scream at her for not keeping my books properly, assuming that a housewife would, of course, not know the value of literature, and in one swish I undo my scholarship or perform the elitism that I vowed to fight in my papers, much like the theorists right now. My mother's silence is a defense when my father and I talk politics and economics. She wears her opinion on her sleeve only thrice in every 5 years, just when she's near the EVM. That too for 30 seconds, because that is the time she knows she can't be judged. My mother's mouth is programmed to say sorry and thank you 10 times more than a kindergartner. Her language is a couple of set phrases handed over to her by the society, beyond which is a sea of words she never got to swim in. Her language is the chiseled silence she carries around like the sword of a warrior forced to retire early. My mother drapes her 9 yards of silence like an invisibility cloak. My mother's silence is a steely edge of a guillotine that cuts across our indifference and dissects the hypocrisies we are too proud to admit to ourselves. My mother's silence is the armor of resistance she puts up every morning without fail before we start firing our arrows. My mother's silence is her name, trying to escape being indulged by all the men around her. Thank you. I hope our mothers find a voice with this.
This is such a powerful poem, Shalini, once again. Thank you so much. I wish my mother was here to listen. Varun Chandra sir is giving a thumbs up.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Okay, I just lost track of where we were. Okay.
Yeah, next
up,
we have Rituparna Gupta. Rituparna, are you there?
Yes, hello. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Okay, so आज मैं एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट इशू के ऊपर आवाज उठाने जा रही हूँ। औरतों के ऊपर अत्याचार कोई नई बात नहीं है और लॉकडाउन में ये तो और भी बढ़ गया, तो उसके ऊपर ही कुछ छोटी सी लाइंस हैं जो मैं आपको सुनाने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ। तो ये कविता कुछ ऐसे शुरू होती है। कब तक उसकी आवाज दबाओगे तुम, एक दिन वो बोलेगी, तुम सबके खोखले रिवाजों के हर एक ताला खोलेगी। औरत है कोई बोझ नहीं, वो घुट घुट के नहीं जिएगी। कल जो पापा की उंगली पकड़ी चली थी, आज वो उनकी हिम्मत भी बनेगी। उसके प्यार को कमजोरी समझ के उसकी मासूमियत का फायदा उठाने की कोशिश कभी मत करना। उसकी इज्जत से खिलवाड़ की जुर्रत कभी ना करना। जो आज अन्नपूर्णा बन के खाना खिला सकती है, वो समय आने पे चंडी माता बन के दुष्टों का संहार भी कर सकती है। माँ, बेटी, बहन, इस सब से पहले एक औरत है वो। हर महीने 7 दिन उसके शरीर से खून की गंगा बहती है, फिर भी मुस्कुरा के वो तुम्हारे लिए टिफिन बनाया करती है। और तुम्हारे समाज का दोगलापन तो देखो, उसको अपवित्र बोल के मंदिर में आने नहीं देती है। मंदिर में बैठी देवी भी तुम्हारा हिपोक्रेसी देख के मन ही मन मुस्कुराती है। शेरनी है, ताकत है, शक्ति है, वो औरत है, मरते दम तक साथ नहीं छोड़ेगी। माँ बहन की गाली देके खुद को बौरा मर्द कहलाते हो और जब मौका आए आवाज उठाने की तो क्यों सहम से जाते हो। उड़ने को उसके पास खुला आसमान है, उसे बेड़ियों से मत बांधो। साथ ना दे सको अगर तो उसे रोकने की कोशिश भी मत करना। तुम उसे प्यार करोगे तो वो तुम्हारे लिए भगवान से भी लड़ लेगी। सब तुम्हारा साथ छोड़ भी दे फिर भी वो हाथ नहीं छोड़ेगी। तुम्हारा घर बसाने के लिए वो अपना घर छोड़ के आती है और तुम कहते हो शादी के बाद अपनी मर्जी से जीना उसकी गलती है। एक मर्द का पहला घर उसकी माँ का कोख होता है और उस माँ की जात पे तुम गंदी नजरें डालते हो। गलती अगर उसके छोटे कपड़ों की होती ना तो छोटी बच्चियां आज रेप ना होती। भी बस में तुम्हारा हाथ उसके शरीर को छूने के लिए ना तड़पती। उसके बदन के हर हिस्से को अपनी जागीर समझते हो तुम और वो ना माने तो एसिड से उसका वजूद छीनने की कोशिश करते हो। ऐसी सोच लेके भला कितनी दूर जाओगे। कल को तुम्हारी बेटी होगी तो उसे खुद से कैसे बचाओगे। अगर दूसरा जन्म होगा तो एक औरत के घर ही तो आओगे। औरत के प्यार के बिना तुम अपनी जिंदगी कैसे संवारोगे। उसका एहसान भला तुम कैसे चुकाओगे। इज्जत करना सीखो उसकी, तभी सच्चा मर्द कहलाओगे। थैंक यू।
Great, great.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir. So I'm guessing these are the days when we really cherish womanhood and not just on the typical days that have been set up internationally. So yeah, here we are, moving on. We have Shyam Sundar Ghosh. If you're here, you have the next 4 minutes with you. Shyam Sundar Ghosh.
Hello, I am here. Yeah.
Yes, you're audible, but you're not visible.
Yeah, I'm opening it. Am I visible now?
Not that I can see. If others
Yeah,
can,
I am
just you
visible
drop a
now, na?
comment.
Yes, you are
Yes,
visible
visible
now.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Hmm. Today I'm going to recite a Bengali poem written by me, and it is basically it was written actually 6 months back, so many things are not covered, and it is on present time. ওকে, আমার কবিতার নাম হলো মৃত্যু তুমি। ঠিক যখন তুমি আমি ধর্ম বর্ণ জাতির অছিলায় বিচ্ছিন্ন হচ্ছিলাম একে অপরের থেকে, মৃত্যু এসে তোমার আমার দূরত্বটা বাড়িয়ে দিল বেশ কিছুটা। ঠিক যখন তোমার আমার মধ্যে সংশয়ের বীজ বপন করা হচ্ছিল, তখনই মৃত্যুর প্লাবন এসে সেই সন্দিগ্ধতাকে দূরে কোথাও ভাসিয়ে নিয়ে গেল। মৃত্যু তুমি উদার, তুমি জীবনের পঙ্কিলতা থেকে উদ্ধারের দিশারি। তুমি আছো তাই জীবন তার সীমাবদ্ধতার কথা বলে না, তুমি আছো তাই প্রাণ নিজের ক্ষুদ্র গণ্ডির মধ্যেই অফুরন্ত আনন্দকে উপভোগ করে নিতে চায়। অথচ মৃত্যু তোমার প্রত্যক্ষ বা পরোক্ষ অনুভব চায় না কেউই। কেবল জীবন আর জীবনের কাঁধে চাপিয়ে দেওয়া উচ্চাসার ভার বহন করে মানুষ এগিয়ে চলে বিনাশের। অথচ তুমি এসে সব সমান করে দাও। তোমার চোখে ফকির ফেরেশতা দামি সস্তা সবই সমান। তোমার লেলিহান শিখায় বাদ পড়ে না কেউ। ঠিক এমনই এক সময় আমি এবং আমার মতো গৃহবন্দী বিশ্বময় মানব সভ্যতা তোমার তাণ্ডব দেখে চলেছি নীরব দর্শক হয়ে, আর নিজেদের মৃত্যু প্রহর গুনে চলেছি অপরাধীর মুখ। মনে পড়ছে একটা সুন্দর জীবন পেয়েও তাকে হেলায় হারালাম। আমার অর্থ প্রতিপত্তি বেঁচে থাকার লড়াইয়ে কাটিয়ে দিলাম সমস্ত জীবন। গড়ে তুললাম বিভেদের প্রাচীর নিজেদের চারিদিকে। নিজেকে উন্নত করতে চেয়ে কখন যেন মাটির থেকে দূরে সরে এসে পড়েছি আমরা। তোমার নির্মমতা যেন কখনো আয়না তুলে ধরলো আমার সম্মুখে। এই যে স্তব্ধ সময় উপহার দিল মৃত্যু আমায়, তা যেন অন্তিমবার নিজেকে চিনে নেওয়ার শুধরে নেওয়ার জন্য। কারণ একদিন এই স্তব্ধ সময় থেমে যাবে, পৃথিবী আবার গতিমান হবে, তখন যেন আবার সেই গতিজাড্যে জাড্যমান হয়ে নিজের সত্তার বিনাশ না।
ধন্যবাদ শ্যামসুন্দর ঘোষ। এই স্তব্ধতা থেকে বেরিয়ে আসার একটা প্রচেষ্টা চলছে, সোল সূত্রা ভলিউম 4 ও সেরকম একটি প্রচেষ্টা। Now moving on, we have
So next we have Tanushree Bhomik with us. Tanushree, are you there?
Yes, can you see me?
Very own. Yes, Tanushree, over to you.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, my friends and the fellow participants, and also the esteemed judges. Thank you so much for giving us the honor of presenting our little poems for this beautiful endeavor. So this poem was supposed to be a song, but really songs can become poems and vice versa. So this did not become a song, but it became a poem. So the poem's name is Tracks, and here it goes. I have a one-way ticket that just came by the post today. There was a time written on it, but there was no date. Letters never arrived for me, but today I saw myself sifting through 7 of them. No name, no stamp of identity, just colored paper stared back at me. There were questions written on them, by me it seems. A ticket needs a destination, and a destination needs a map. Today, I couldn't find it in my bookshelf. It's always there, fluttering in the wind, collecting dust and letting it spin swirls of oceans on it. Today, it was not there. There's nothing much I own, not when what possessions I have are not mine to take forever. One bag, a pair of shoes, and myself. Opening the door, I head out to the station. Trains are scarce today, not many people around. It's nice to have a few but significant lives. It's nice to have them who don't throw knives. There were benches at the station. No one uses them. No one wants to wait. One train arrives and stops. It has no name. Getting on it, I notice no one. Yet, there are voices from the boxes. It starts to speed through the station and runs out into the scenery. Why do these places feel so familiar? Have I been here before? It's like deja vu, a memory of something so new, yet old. The train stops. I don't know when. Walking seems easy on the roads with rain and dust. How far is home now? Where am I supposed to go? The ticket is there in my pocket. It will not expire. Maybe destinations will not be there to welcome me, but I have to post the letters that dance in my bag as I traverse down the known yet unknown road. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Tanushri. That was a beautiful poem, just reminding me of country roads somehow. I don't know why. Shaptashida. So yeah.
Yeah. So next we have Orko Adhok.
We have
Yeah. Orko, are you there with us?
from our very club again.
Hey, hi everyone. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey. Hi. Good afternoon, rather good evening, and it is my pleasure to be here with all of you. And Varun Chandra sir, it is an absolute pleasure to present my poem to you. So the name of my poem is Hang in There. So just a bit of a background before I start into it. A lot of times in our life we face a lot of issues, we face a lot of heartbreaks, a lot of challenges, but then the fact which gets us through is the fact that we are resilient, that we hang in there through all of it. So that is what my poem is about. I start. Hang in there. Hang in there, little heart, you beautiful and powerful creature, one that has been beaten and shattered a million times and has somehow picked itself up 1,000,001. Be happy in your own unconsciousness. Be happy in your own naivety. For in this world, there are those who have known too much, and there are those who will never know what a 3 a.m. heartbreak feels like or a 5 p.m. exuberance does. Be happy, little heart, that the world hasn't been able to break your spirit, nor has it been able to turn you to stone. That you still laugh, that you still risk, that you still love, that you are still alive. Happiness is an old friend with amnesia. He forgets to visit me at times when he was supposed to, and yet wanders upon my porch at odd times. Happiness doesn't pick up calls at 2 a.m. when I need to talk, but calls in the middle of meetings when I am occupied. Happiness is a spoiled brat and does what he wants. Yet our friendship survived over the years, for happiness is an old friend with amnesia. So hang in there, little heart, hang in there. Thank you.
That was one beautiful once again from our own club. We're more than happy again. Moving on, we have.
Thank you.
Next we have
Devapratim
Devapratim.
Patnayak.
Devapratim.
Yes. Bingo. Yes.
Am I audible?
Over to you.
Who's this?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Sir, he's Devapratim. The 13th name? Yes, sir.
তো থ্যাংক ইউ সোল সূত্র এই পুরো ইভেন্টটা অর্গানাইজ করার জন্য এই লকডাউনে। অ্যান্ড আমার কবিতার নাম স্মৃতির অবকাশ। আমরা সবাই জানি কলকাতা ভালোবাসার শহর, অনেক সম্পর্কে গড়ে ওঠার এবং ভেঙে যাওয়ার সাক্ষী এই শহর। তো এই শহরের অনেক গল্প আছে, তো সেই গল্পের মধ্যে একটা গল্প আমি আমার কবিতায় ফুটিয়ে তুলতে চেয়েছি, এবং সেটা হলো যে যখন দুটো মানুষ সম্পর্কে আবদ্ধ হয়, তারপর কোনো একজন সেই সম্পর্ককে অস্বীকার করে এগিয়ে যায় এবং যে পিছনের থেকে গেল তাকে অজুহাত দিয়ে যায় আজ থেকে আমরা ভালো বন্ধু। তো ওইটা নিয়ে আমার কবিতার নাম স্মৃতির অবকাশ। যখন তোমায় ভাবতে বসি প্রিয় মন খারাপের অগাধ কারণ নিয়ে, সুরাহা কিছু হয় না বরং আবার হেঁটে যেতে হয় স্মৃতির সরণি দিয়ে। সে পথ আরোই কঠিন চলা, পদে পদে হারিয়ে যাওয়ার ভয়। প্রেমিক থেকে বন্ধুর অধপতন এ দুঃখ সহজে ভোলার নয়, তবুও হাঁটি অনিচ্ছাতে খানিক, সত্যি বলতে পুরনো অভ্যাসে। আর যাই হোক খারাপ লাগে না তেমন তোমায় নিয়ে ভাবতে অবকাশে। আজ বুঝেছি হারিয়ে গেলে মানুষ স্মৃতিগুলোর হঠাৎ বাড়ে দাম, অনুভূতিরা বেনামি চিঠি হয়ে তখন খোঁজে ঠিকানা লেখা খাম। সেও এক সময় ছিল ভাবি, তুমি আমি আর এই কলকাতা, সময়গুলো থমকে যেত যেন হলুদালয় জমতো সন্ধ্যাটা। তোমার সাথেই সবকিছু চেনা, বুঝেছি শহরও হতে পারে নিজের। ঘুরতে যেতাম তোমার সাথে যখন, অভাব হতো না কারণ অজুহাতে। আজও শহর একই আছে, তবে তোমার আমার সেই জুটিটা নেই। হঠাৎ করেই হারিয়ে গেছে যেন সম্পর্কের আসল ভিত্তিটাই। যে কথা দেওয়া ভালো বন্ধু থাকার, তুমিও জানো আসলে অসম্ভব। দূরত্বটা নিয়ম করেই বাড়ে, আর বাড়ে হারিয়ে ফেলার ক্ষোভ। ভিত্তিহীন মনের দুর্বলতা আমায় যেটা ভাবায় অবিরত, প্রেম হয়তো আসবে নিয়ম করে, তোমার আমার যে যার নিজের মতো। স্পর্শগুলোর মর্ম এখন বুঝি, আর বুঝি ছুঁয়ে থাকার আবেশ। দুটো মানুষ আলাদা হলেও থাকে তাদের ওই প্রথম ছোঁয়ার রেশ। কলকাতাটাই সাক্ষী যখন আছে তোমার আমার একসাথে স্মৃতি, কলকাতায় সাক্ষী থাকুক না হয় তোমায় ছাড়া আমার পরিণতি। থ্যাংক ইউ।
খুব মিষ্টি একটা কবিতা শোনালো দেবপ্রতিম। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ দেবপ্রতিম। And yes, ভীষণ মিষ্টি, of touchy, yes. Moving on.
Moving on, we have Jayantika Jain with us. Jayantika, are you there?
Hello everyone, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
तो मेरा नाम जयंतिका जैन है। आई एम फ्रॉम चंडीगढ़। मैं इस वक्त चंडीगढ़ में रह रही हूँ एंड आई एम एन एक्स रोटर एक्टर फ्रॉम रोटरा क्लब चंडीगढ़ हिमालयन। एंड आज मैं आप लोगों के लिए एक हिंदी कविता लेकर आई हूँ। इस कविता की शुरुआत होगी एक शब्द से जिसका नाम है आफ्ताब। आफ्ताब का मतलब होता है कड़ी धूप या सूरज से उसका मतलब लिया जाता है। तो मैं शुरू करती हूँ। आफ्ताब अपनी रोशनी बांटते बांटते ठंड के हल्के से कोहरे में कहीं खो जाएगा। वो आसमान बारिश की जगह सूखे मुरझाए फूल बरसाएगा। वो फूल जिन्हें कभी किसी प्रेमी ने अपनी प्रेमिका को भेंट देने यूं ही बिना पूछे कुर्बान किया होगा। मैं अक्सर सोचती हूँ कि जब तुम आओगे मुझसे मिलने तो मंजर कैसा होगा। दूर से दिखती तुम्हारी छवि को मैं अपने मन में बसा लूंगी। मेरी तरसी हुई निगाहों को कहीं तुम भी जगह देना। वो हल्का गुलाबी कोहरा तुम्हारे चेहरे से होकर गुजरेगा। कुछ लम्हे मुझे सताने मेरी आंखों में बैठ जाएगा। तुम धीरे से मेरी ओर हाथ बढ़ाना। वियोग हमारे नसीब से आखिरकार शायद रूठ जाएगा। तुम अश्कों की सियाही से मेरी हथेली भरोगे। मैं हर्फ दर हर्फ तुम्हारा नाम लिखूंगी। तुम अपने मन में कुछ शब्द गुनगुना लेना। मैं धीरे से तुम्हारे कानों में उनकी धुन कहूंगी। तुम मेरी आवाज महसूस कर कुछ लम्हे रो देना। मैं तुम्हारे आंसू देख थोड़ी देर मुस्कुरा लूंगी। तुम मेरे माथे को चूम कर मेरा दीदार करना। मैं शर्म की लाली का श्रृंगार करूंगी। कुछ देर तुम मेरी मुस्कुराहट पढ़ना। कुछ देर मैं तुम्हारी आंखों से बात करूंगी। और तुम्हें और मुझे यूं करीब देखने का इंतजार तो वक्त ने भी बेहद किया है। तुम्हें और मुझे यूं करीब देखने का इंतजार तो वक्त ने भी बेहद किया है। कुछ वक्त मैं इसे भी दूंगी। और साजिश रही है हवा के झोंकों की कि हमारी जुल्फें उलझाए। साजिश रही है हवा के झोंकों की कि हमारी जुल्फें उलझाए। आज मौका है, मैं इन्हें भी कहूंगी। जब सबकी बारी पूरी होगी, जब सबकी बारी पूरी होगी, फिर मैं तुम्हारे सीने से लगूंगी। तुम्हारी धड़कन की एक एक धुन मैं अपने सीने में रखूंगी। ये वक्त चादर ताने सो जाएगा। आसमान जश्न के मंडप की तरह टिमटिमाएगा। मिलन की प्रतीक्षा में झरोखों से झांकते हुए तारों से भर जाएगा। ये हवाएं अपना होश खोकर आंधी बनेंगी, नृत्य करेंगी। और इन्हीं बारातियों के बीच तुम्हारा और मेरा अस्तित्व एक हो जाएगा। मैं अक्सर सोचती हूँ कि जब हम मिलेंगे इस धर्म, जात, शरीर, जीवन से मुक्त होकर तो मंजर कैसा होगा। शुक्रिया सभी का।
Thank you so much, Jayanti. We fell in love with your poem. All of us. Look at the comment section, you'll get your answer. Yes, it was amazing. I loved it. I'm sure everybody here enjoyed it too. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Next up, we have Mariam Jabin. Do we have you? Mariam, if you are there, is she there? I'm guessing
No,
at least I
Astha, I
can't
don't
see
see
her.
Mariam.
Okay, whenever she joins in, judges, we would like to keep a note. If she joins in later, we will give her the last slot.
So Mariam is
So
not
yeah,
reciting that just now.
here, sir.
She's not.
Mm,
Right. Yeah, okay, fine.
No, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir. Moving on, our next participant is Ritambhara. Ritambhara Roy.
Can you see me? Good evening, everyone.
Yes, you're visible.
Okay. Good evening, everyone, my honorable judges, and everyone present here. I am Ritambhara Roy, and it's my first time at Soul Sutra. I am very grateful presenting my poem here, and it is I Wish to Be a Boy. I wish to be a boy for a day or two, not to play a bike toy, but to feel his wishes in blue. He isn't always the one to flirt or the one to pick up an unending fight. He's also the one to get too hurt and needs a hug so tight. He isn't neither the one to cheat nor the one to make her cry. He's the one ready to defeat all to make her his side. Yes, I wish to be a boy for a day or two, not to play a bike toy, but to feel his wishes in blue. Thank you.
That was very short, very crisp, and very, very sweet and very powerful at the same time. So
Next up, next up we have Shilekha Mitra. Shilekha, are you there?
Hello, everybody.
Visible
Am I
and
audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Am I visible and audible, everybody? So, a very good evening to all of you.
Comment
And
section.
I'm Shilekha. And my poem is on a very sensitive topic. And I hope everyone can bear with it. That's it. The stare of a beaten soul. As she sits on the metal chair, she starts to recite her encounter, the burden she now had to bear. It was normal night. She had worked overtime, getting away from the noisy pub, her purse jingling with nickels and dimes. She crossed the forbidden alley and slowly relaxed and went ahead, sneaked a peek into the empty dark. 4 eyes greeted her instead. Her pace quickened, her heels slashing across the rain, but she paused and faltered. Her feet couldn't take the strain. She subconsciously looked back. Those eyes greeted her once more. Nearly 2 feet away, a hand grabbed her shirt door. An isolated street. It was futile to shout. The faces jeered and sneered, touching her cheeks, neck, and mouth. Her back hit a wall. The pepper spray safe in her bag. They closed upon her. Her skirt started to sag. There was no one to help. No hope of leaving. She whimpered and whined. Their chests were heavy. Tears trickled down her cheeks. They left her battered at 3. Blood poured out of her body from places it shouldn't be. She slipped out of consciousness, waking up to white. A nurse checked her pulse. A lady had helped her last night. She remained rigid and mute, opening her mouth only to eat. That night was on replay as she gazed at her broken teeth. Her spirit was beyond damaged. Her nightmares would twist and turn. Any man entering her room made her stomach churn. She put on a brave front, filed a case on her own. She tried to be normal again, but the seed had been sown. The hospital results were negative. The police responded fast. Her story matched with several others. She would hopefully be the last. Sitting in the box of truth, across those 4 eyes she knew. Hiding her pain, she tells her tale as anger and revenge was born anew. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Srilekha. I don't know. I'm just very touched with the entire poem and the presentation. Moving on, we have Shubhajit Mukherjee. Have you, Shubhajit Mukherjee? Shubhajit Mukherjee? I'm guessing we don't have. If he comes back, we'll definitely take up his performance and his presentation before we move on, I would like to request our judges, any thoughts or your experience regarding this far that we've come in the Poetry Slam? To start with Varun sir, and then we'll move on to Imam sir.
What do you want to hear?
So, sorry, sir, we couldn't get you.
No, but you want to know how the poetry session.
How are you feeling about the it's going? It's not yet over, and your thoughts.
I know. Some of the poems are really lovely, and the way they've been recited or spoken again is very, very nice. I only wish I could have been there physically, because what's happening? There are times when you the voice gets stuck, or the face is frozen for a while, and then suddenly the words come through. That problem is there. That is a bit of a hindrance. But so far, the poetry session has been really been of a very high standard, I must say. Very high standard. Some of them very surprisingly good. There was this tiny girl, Charulata, from the south. She just stole my heart, I think.
That's so sweet. And Charulata, if you're here, I think it's the highest amount of I don't know, some award that you can get. We would have dreamt of such compliments at your age. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Imam sir, we would love to hear from you too.
Yeah, all of you have been really, your poetry and your performance has been very impactful. Content, technique, delivery. It's a joy. It's a joy watching all of you here.
Thank you so much, Inam sir. With your permission, we'll just resume to our last few participants. And yes, so do we have Shubhajit with us? I don't think so.
Right now, not here right now. So we'll ask his name again at the end. So we can start. We can continue with the next participant.
Upasya Bhowal. The next participant up is
Yes.
Upasya Bhowal.
Yes.
If you are here, yes.
1 second.
Yes. All the
Am I visible? I can't see myself. Am I properly visible and clearly
Yes,
audible?
you are.
Yes, you're visible and you're audible.
Okay, great. So,
Visible as well as audible.
so this is a poem about hope, and I think that is something that all of us really need at this stage. So yeah, I hope you like it as well. The day the world unlocks, we will rush into each other's arms like the sea rushes to the beach, and we will dance along to music only we can hear, like Jojo Rabbit and Elsa at the end of the war. And cafes and restaurants will spill over, so there will not be enough pizza. There will not be enough beer. There will not be enough of anything really to sustain us through our never-ending conversations. And we will reclaim our spaces, sit down anywhere. And for once, we will not care what it does to our white clothes. Heck, we will go out in those white clothes and we will lean back on dusty benches and lie down on fields. And then we will go around showing each other those imprints. Look, this is how many places I have been to today. This is how much I have missed being outdoors. And traffic will come to a standstill because there will be oceans of people on the road. But for once, when a car honks at you, you will not look at the driver like you could kill them. Instead, you might just smile. Because in your heart of hearts, you know you have missed that sound. And airports and train stations will spill over, with people coming back home to their families, with families finally leaving home for that vacation. And children who used to cry every single morning will now not even look back, not even wave goodbye before they rush in through those school gates. College students will hurry up, pack up their stuff, and run back to hostels, to the food that they can't seem to stop complaining about, to the roommates who until a few months back were just but now are the only people they want to live with. And Netflix and Amazon will hit an all-time low because everyone will be outside in movies of their own. And we will tell each other, I love you. We will tell each other, I have missed you. Over and over again. And for once, we will not be shy while saying it. And we will stop saying things like, ओखाने अनेक भीड़ है, ओई दिख दी ना. And we will stop saying things like, shortcut लेते हैं ना, वहाँ पे बहुत crowd होता है. Instead, we will walk smack into the middle of the crowd, hoping to see a familiar face, hoping to wave hello and to rush over and to rush into their arms and to feel the security of something as simple as a hug, of something as simple as holding hands. And we will realize how much of our previous life we took for granted. So the day the world unlocks will hopefully be the day that marks a new beginning. A beginning where we think twice before we cancel on a friend. Where we hopefully fight a little less, say sorry a little more, and grin a little wider and laugh a little louder and hold on to each other for a little bit longer, because we have come so close to knowing what it feels like to never see someone again, to never being able to tell them everything that you have always wanted to. So you see, the day the world unlocks, we will rush into each other's arms like the sea rushes to the beach, but it will not quite be like the sea and the beach, because when the waves touch the shore, they stay there for just 1 second before they go running back. But the day our arms find their way home to each other, we will hold on tight and we will not let go. And we will never, ever take each other for granted again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
we all started dreaming a little more with performing. And Varun Chandra sir has given the utmost compliment ever. Yeah. Thank you so much. And next up, we have Yashodhara.
Hi, good evening to one all present here. I hope you can see and hear me. After listening to, you can hear or see me?
I'm not sure about others, but I personally can't.
Yes, you're audible. Yes, you're audible.
Yes, you are audible and visible. Yeah.
Okay. So, good evening to one all present here. After listening to such beautiful poems, I'm quite nervous since I'm reciting for the first time in a very long time. And I feel truly honored today to perform in front of Borun Chandra sir and Inam Malik sir. I haven't been raised in Kolkata, but I have heard so much about Borun Chandra sir from my parents and about your beautiful and bold voice. So I feel really very proud today to get this opportunity to perform in front of you. So without further ado, I would like to recite this poem, which I had written a really long time ago. It's really very close to my heart, so I hope you guys like it as well. It's called The Roller Coaster of Life. So here it goes. Seatbelts fastened, all set to take off. It is the roller coaster of life, and I'm ready to ride it. First, it started off with a jerk as I began my journey. It went straight up, turning the first page of my story. The ride took a right turn when my days were happy and colorful. It sometimes took a left turn when my days were gloomy and uneventful. Sometimes when the ride got scary, I quickly grabbed the hand of my fellow passenger. With a smile on his face, he took away all my stress and danger. When the ride became fast, the chill winds gave me goosebumps. But I knew this time will also pass away because believing in happy endings is what I've always done. Suddenly, the ride stopped for a while. I screamed at the top of my lungs. Soon, it started again, just like a fresh start after every mistake. It took a while to go up the slope. Climbing the ladder of hard work wasn't easy. Little bounces here and there, I finally reached the peak of glory. When I was enjoying the heights, eyes of jealousy caught mine. But I smiled instead of showing anger since I earned this cloud nine. Then the ride came down on full speed. I held onto my seat tightly. I didn't drop the smile I previously had since another chapter of my life unfolded. The ride went through various loops, loops of drama, happiness, and dreams. Because this is the roller coaster of life, and I'm enjoying this ride. That's been my time, guys. Thank you so much, Rotary Club of Central Calcutta, for this amazing social initiative and for giving this beautiful platform to budding artists like us. So, good luck to the team, and thank you so much for having me again. Cheers. Bye.
Thank you, Yashodhara, home team. Cheers. Okay. So yes.
Okay.
Yes, Shaptoshida, who do
Next
we
we
have
have
next?
Srijoni Roy Chaudhary, but unfortunately she is not here with us due to some of her personal reasons. So moving on to the next participant, we have Shubholina Majumdar. Shubholina, are you there with us?
Am I audible and visible?
Would request the judges to please make a note of it that Srijoni unable to join because of her personal commitments. We are moving on to Shubholina.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
A very good evening to everyone. My name is Shubholina Majumdar and I feel extremely overwhelmed to be a part of it. And after listening to so many great poems from such great poets, I feel extremely nervous. I'm trembling right now. Anyway, so this is a poem that I wrote a month back for the love of my life. Okay. So he was a crush once, but then later on he turned out to be the love of my life. So it starts somewhat like this. To you. It was a way too messy life with a hell lot of bad vibes. Lost in my own ways, I was just passing you. Days with dim lights, nights with felt vibes. Not a valid reason, but life felt more like a worthless thing. Felt more happy being a loner and was eventually losing myself later or soon. Everything was a mess and it was becoming hard to do. And then you don't know from where and how, all of a sudden, God blessed me now. So I never thought of talking to you because I knew I can never be one of you. You were already a unique kind, whereas I didn't even have enough ability to find. I felt more inferior. You see. Uh, I better thought of letting it go. Uh-huh. But I couldn't stop myself. I had to fall for you, my pretty elf. And here starts my happy tale, which I have been waiting for days. And here I start to write about you. I know I would soon run out of words, as I always do. You are such a pretty soul. Your enchanted wife keeps me whole. You are such a gem, pure heart that lets all the negativities go. And then comes your blooming smile. Even if I die for it, that would be absolutely fine. Ah, how can I forget about your beautiful eyes? They are more like green characters on the side. And cat talents? I won't speak about them. If I do, that would sound too lame. Like you are a powerhouse of awesomeness and all in one, having all the fullness. I'm a fan, you see, the biggest fan. That's what I want to be. You are my holy place. I'm always dumb stuck with your place. Thank you for enlightening my ways of living. Thank you for giving me a reason of believing that love does exist in reality. Hard for me was that to think, but you made me feel that it does. Loving you feels like a homesick fellow returning home. Will you let me live there till I do? I can never thank you enough to bring me back for filling my life, which was suffering from unhappiness to love life. I know I have many mistakes, but I assure you, I won't ever repeat them. I promise I'd never let you down. I'd never let your forehead have any marks of frown. I'd never let you go, my love, no matter how worse the situation, down or up. You'd always find me by your side. Just one thing, don't ever lie. If ever in life you feel that I'm not good enough, confess it to me, even if it seems tough. I try my best to fix it. So, because I cannot afford to let you go. You've been my healer, I know that well. So I'd never let any of your expectations fail. I don't want any promises made, because I believe that promises must be faith. I want to let you know uh, if you ever fall out of love in the go. But my love, if you sorry, but I'm so sorry. Can I repeat the last few lines? I forgot. So sorry. Uh, so here I start again. You've been my healer. I know that well. So I'd never let any of your expectations fail. I don't want any promises made because I believe that promises must be failed. I'd want you to let me know if you ever fall out of love in the go. But my love for you is endless, I know. So I would never let you fall out of love. Even if problems arise, be together with the fix it and won't let it die. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. But this is a request for all the upcoming participants and contestants. Please try and keep your microphone towards your mouth so that it's a bit more audible. I think there was some lag or the other, because of
Yes.
which there was some glitches.
I could hear the voice. Shugolina, I could hear her voice, but I couldn't follow everything she said. Problem.
Okay, is that the same thing with you in Amsar as well?
Hello.
No, I could
Yes, sir.
more or less hear clearly. Perhaps one participant, the connectivity was not very good. Beyond that, everything was quite clear to me.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. Also, okay, so moving on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tushita, we have
Yeah.
Attoja.
Next we have Attoja. Yeah. Attoja, are you there with us?
Am I visible and audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Sir, am I visible and audible?
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Should I start?
Yes. Please.
নমস্কার, আমি আত্মজা, আর আমার কবিতার নাম কন্যা শ্লোক। আশ্বিনের শারদ প্রাতে জেগে উঠেছে আলোক মঞ্জির, ধরণীর বহিরাকাশে অন্তরিত মেঘমালা, জন্ম মৃত্যু তাপে এ কোন সাপের অবহেলা, নারী সত্তা নারী রক্ষা এ কোন পুরুষতন্ত্র খেলা। আস্ত আবর্জনার ঠেকে থমকে গেল শহর, এই মেয়ে তুই কাঁদিস কেন, জানিস তো তুই তোরই মতো চার দেয়ালের অন্ধকারে কাটে আমার রোজ আজানের বহর। খোঁজ নিয়েছো সে নাম হারিয়েছে কবে, ফ্যাকাশে খোলসে ডুবছে মনোবল, মৃত্যু ভয়ে কমছে যতখানি জীবনের ডর বাড়ছে অবিকল। খিদের ধোঁয়ায় পুড়ছে খোপার কাব্যি, তলপেটে ভাঙা কাচের রক্ত ঘর, লজ্জা জ্বালায় কাদের শহরতলি, বিচার ঢাকে কার বুকের কাপড়। দেহের হৃদেতে আছড়ে পড়ে পিশাচ, শোরের ভিড়েতে খোয়াব বিকিয়েছে মন, বনহি আঁকড়ে ধুম জ্বরটা কাঁপে, মৃত্যু ঘ্রাণের বীজে সাজে ধর্ষণ। রোজ ঘটে এমন যাহা তাহা, স্বপ্নগুলো আটকা পড়ে জ্যামে, ভাগা ভাগির ভাঙা ভাঙির খেলায় ফেমিনিজম ট্রেন্ডে ভীষণ, জানো যুদ্ধ বিমানে ছুটছে জাহান্নামে। আমার দুর্গা সাধারণ এক মেয়ে, স্লাট পারভার্ট হোরো তার নাম। আমার দুর্গার সিঙ্গল মাদারহুড সমাজের কাছে ভীষণ লজ্জার। আমার দুর্গার ধ্বংসস্তূপী বাস, দুমুঠো ভাত তাতেই চলে যায়। আমার দুর্গার রাতের অন্ধকারে বোতাম খোলে পিশাচগুলো হায়। আমার দুর্গা একার লড়াই লড়ে কাব্যি গাথে ঝাঁসির কবিতাতে, আঁকড়ে বুকে অস্তিত্বের জড়া, জ্বলছে দুর্গা অহং জড়িয়ে হাতে। ওই দূরে দেখ কেমন করে কাদের উঠোন আঁকড়ায় শোক, আজান ফিরছে মাটির টানে, মৃত্যু আজ সত্যি হোক। আজান মাটির নগ্ন চামড়া জরায় ত্রিশূল সবুজ খামে, মৃত দুর্গার কবরে গীতাটা রাখা আছে আমিনা নামে। হে ঈশ্বর তোর বিচার বাণী জ্বলছে মর্তে, হে মানব তোর গায়ের মাংস পোড়ার গন্ধ চাই না ছুতে, হে ধর্ষণ তোর অগ্নি গর্ভে হারছে। অলক্ষী হোক লক্ষ্মী আজ দিগাঙ্গনা নমস্তুতে। হে উমা তোর নিভছে আলোর রেণু, হে যুদ্ধ তোর কাব্যি গাঁথছে শোক, হে তন্নি তোর চিতায় জ্বলছে কোরআন। হে দুর্গা ভাসান যাচ্ছে কন্যা শ্লোক, ভাসান যাচ্ছে কন্যা শ্লোক। থ্যাংক ইউ। Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Attoja, once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Speechless. এই যে কমেন্ট গুলো আসছে, amazing,
Yeah.
speechless. That's exactly us.
Thank you. Thank you. Sir, I'm 22.
Hello.
Sir, I'm 22.
Oh, you look just about 14 to me. And I thought, ये तो बहुत तो देखो नहीं था. ये क्या करते?
No, sir. Like, yeah, I'm 22. Thank you, sir.
But even then, it's ভীষণ পাকা পাকা কবিতা.
Sir, actually, sir, my genre is this. This is my comfort zone. আমার ভালো লাগে. Like, I want to deal with all these things, and I want to like spread a message on all these things, like continuing that satire and powerful, like power in it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much once again, Attoja. Okay, so I'm guessing we have one of our participants who could not join in earlier. Shaptoshida, remind me again, is it Shubhajit?
Yeah, no, it's Miriam right now. So we have
Shubhajit, have
Miriam.
you?
We have Miriam
Mar-
first, then Shubhajit.
Then we'll move on. Yeah.
We have Miriam.
We
Miriam
would once
and then
again request
Shubhajit.
the judge. Yes, sir.
I don't think Mariam is here. Shubhajit is here.
Hello.
Yes. Sir, we've lost connectivity with Mariam once again. We'll move ahead with
Oh,
Shubhajit.
okay, right.
Yes,
ठीक
am I visible and audible, I guess?
Right.
Yes, am I visible and audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, okay, so I have two very small snippets to share. Can I, and both of them are in Hindi, so can I share both of them? I have two very small
If they are
snippets.
within the
Okay. Within the time period, then it's okay,
within
right?
the time, judges,
Okay.
I would request you to please just let us know if that
You
is
have to choose
allowed.
one of
Yes.
it. You have to. Yeah, this is the poetry slam competition, right? So you have to choose any one, and you have to recite only one. So the other you can put an open mic.
Right.
Okay,
this, you
okay,
have to choose
okay, okay, okay. So, नमस्कार, मेरा नाम शुभजीत मुखर्जी है और मैं डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ लॉ में पढ़ता हूँ। मैं यूं तो मैं बंगाली हूँ, लेकिन मैं लिखता हिंदी में हूँ क्योंकि मेरी परवरिश कुछ उस तरीके की है। तो ये एक नज्म है जो मैंने लिखी थी इस लॉकडाउन में। ये नज्म कहानी है माइग्रेंट वर्कर्स की। ये बहुत छोटी सी नज्म है, लेकिन फिर भी मैं इसी को बोलना चाहूंगा आप सभी के सामने, एंड आई होप दैट ऑल ऑफ यू लाइक इट। तो ये कुछ ऐसी सी है कि जिन सड़कों को गुमान था खुद के लंबे होने का, गरीब के नंगे पांव ने हौसला से ही उसे नाप दिया। जिन सड़कों को गुमान था खुद के लंबे होने का, गरीब के नंगे पांव ने हौसला से ही उसे नाप दिया। था 56 इंच का राजा एक और अल्लाह भगवान सब समेत, मगर ना खुदा उसका हाफिज था, ना वो राजा उसका रखवाला। वो खुद का ही खुदा था, खुद राजा बनके देखो कैसे सड़कों पे निकल पड़ा। वो खुद का ही खुदा था, खुद राजा बनके देखो कैसे सड़कों पे निकल पड़ा। वो गरीब जो जूता फटा पहन के आसमान में चढ़ता है, सपना जिसका हमेशा औकात से बड़ा है। वो गरीब जो जूता फटा पहन के आसमान में चढ़ता है, सपना जिसका हमेशा औकात से बड़ा है। गलत फहमी थी उसको कि देश को चिंता है उसकी, गलत फहमी थी उसको कि देश को चिंता है उसकी। उसको रास्तों में आते हुए मौतों ने ये समझाया था, रास्तों में आते हुए उसके मौतों ने उसे ये समझाया था कि सियासत के सजदों में वो कभी शामिल नहीं था, कि सियासत के सजदों में वो कभी शामिल नहीं था। थैंक यू।
Very good.
Thank you, Shubhajit da. Yes. There's a very good film, sir, once again.
Informed me of the same. So then,
Okay.
Asa, could we hear from the judges then?
Yeah,
Then-
right.
Absolutely. That brings us to the close of Poet
So
Slam. Inam sir, if we could start with you this time.
So, Mariam is not
Yeah,
coming through.
it was.
No, sir.
All right. So, this has been a wonderful experience. Most of the poems are of a very high standard, I must say. And some of them I simply loved. Really, really impressed. Really impressed. And the organizers, a big hand to them, because they have arranged for such a wonderful poetry session. I don't like the word slam. You know, it reminds me of slam, bang, and that kind of stuff. Poetry and slam, they don't really go together. Poetry, you need something softer, not slam, bang. Maybe next time you might want to think of a separate, different word, perhaps. Thank you, Bas. Okay, Urvashi, I'll get in touch with you.
Any suggestion your end?
What time is this function going to be over? 8 o'clock? 8:30? 9:30? What?
Yes, sir. It will be over
So-
around 9.
Around 9? Okay. So can I talk to you at around 9:15 or 9:30?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Okay. All right. So can I be excused now?
Yes.
Is that all right if I leave now?
So just
Okay.
if you could wait
sir,
for 5
before you
minutes.
go-
sir.
Come again? What I'll do is I'll shoot my marks on a WhatsApp and send it to you. Okay, Urvashi, are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Surely,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Just if you could wait for 5 more minutes, that's a request from our end.
Okay, I'll hang on for my dear life.
Sure. Yes. Thank you, sir. Inam, sir, extremely sorry for the glitch there. Over to you, if you could please share your experience.
Yeah. It's been a great experience. Well, you've invited me over earlier also. It's always amazing to watch so much relevant social content being expressed by the participants, and everybody so much socially aware. And of course, I will not leave out that some of the participants are also technically craft-wise they are brilliant. And yeah, as a poet and performer myself, it's been a joy and an honor to be present today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. We have been trying our strengths and weaknesses and everything to make this possible, and we are extremely apologies for the technical glitches and everything in between. And thank all our judges, and we have a very small token of appreciation for you from our team, and which will also be mailed to you. Amarto, if you are there, just let me know.
Thank you.
Since it's all online, we are trying our best to do whatever it takes at the end of the day. And
So can I
Saraswati
just
being
say
so
something?
close to our hearts. Yes.
So, sorry for butting in. This is Urvashi here. A big thank you to both the judges from my end, both Inam and Om sir. I have been bugging them endlessly for the last week. And thank you so much for taking time out from your busy schedule and being here with us today and patiently bearing with us through all of the glitches and all of the efforts. And that's all from my end. We'll have the thank you memento up right away.